we're back, and with Chapter 7 of Forbiden Fruit, The Temptation of Edward Cullen. This chapter is entitled Surprises.
Alright. The author's note is simply, thanks for reviews! Alright, Chapter 7.
I woke up sheepishly and wondered where I was for a minute. I got out of bed, wondering if all the things that had happened to me last night were just a dream. I went downstairs for breakfast and sat down with Dave and Marie. They looked at me and smiled adoringly. "Wow, Tia, I love your new hair and contact lenses. You look so beautiful," said Marie, her face all bright in happiness. I got up and looked in a mirror. "Oh, Holly shite!" I looked totally different. For the first time, I could see my face was truly beautiful. It was even prettier than before. My eyes were a weird silver color like wet pools of noble moonlight in distant meadows. And my ivory gold hair seemed to shimmer like the sun's burned rays in the morning, my purple streaks shining like neon lilac. I was radiant and magical and looked awesome. My skin was even more pale than before, and my features more delicate and queen-like. My nose was small and dashing, and my cheeks were high and pale, and my chin was soft but majestic. I was amazed. Suddenly the phone rang and nuked me out of my silent staring. Dave answered it. It nuked her out of it. Nuked.
What? Oh my god, you're kidding. This is so inconsiderable. And he hung up.
Consideratable.
I don't know what that word is, but it exists now. What's happened, honey? Marie asked, smiling. Okay, I think Marie might be on like some antidepressants or just crack because she's always happy and always smiling. Maybe she's just a happy person.
She's a happy
Maybe.
lady.
I'm pretty sure in this story that all the adults are just retarded. Anyway. Oh my god, it's this chapter. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah. You'll see what we mean as we read on.
What's happened, honey? Marie asked, smiling. Uncle Larry is died. It looks like he was ripped apart by a wild beast.
That's what we're thinking.
I feel so sad. He was my brother. I suddenly remembered what I had done, and I screamed and ran to school. I felt so awful and guilty for what I had done. I knew Uncle Larry was a perv and a racist. He's a racist now. And I couldn't even though he had raped me and tied me up, and spanked me and made my life hell, I still shouldn't have killed him. I was going to explode with guilt. Please do. I ran through the forest towards school, but suddenly a large thing appeared in front of me. It was a bear. A big panda bear. It was huge and fluffy and really cute, but I was scared as this was a totally weird thing to happen.
Greetings, Atlantiana, it said. I was totally freaked out. Us too. Since when
oh my god!
Live in Forks. Yeah, exactly.
What? Okay.
And since when do they speak? I was totally confused. Well, that makes 3 of us.
God.
I screamed. I'm a panda bear. My name is Snooflanti Tatuna, but you could call me Snoofles.
Oh, Snoofles.
A talking panda bear? I shouted furiously. Appropriate. Furiously. I cannot talk like humans can, but you're not human anymore, so you can understand me. You can talk to animals. You probably have other powers, too. You just don't know it yet. Like what? I said, obviously not caring anymore that there's a talking panda bear in Forks, Washington.
Which, okay, so he gives the explanation of, she's not human anymore. You can talk to animals. All right. So she's come to terms with that. I still don't know why there is a panda in fucking Forks, Washington. I'm sorry, I cursed, but oh my god.
Courtney will be angry with you.
I'm sorry, Courtney. I'm sorry. It's just, that slipped out.
Why
but
is there
geez,
a panda in Forks?
Why is there a panda in Forks? I don't understand.
Like what? I said. I don't know, touch that tree, said Snooples, smiling at me. When do pandas smile?
That's gotta be really scary, actually.
I touched the tree and concentrated hard, and even though it was winter, the tree suddenly started to bloom huge branches of flowers. The flowers cascaded down like a river onto the bare forest floor. I took my hand away in horror. The flowers were so beautiful, they made me think of Edward. I like how flowers, beautiful, pretty flowers associated with
Edward. He's a pansy.
He's a pretty flower. Then I remembered how he had left me after we'd made love, and I became angry. I touched on the tree and it burst into flames. It was that the trees turned into things that somehow reflected how I was feeling.
How is this possible? I said. Don't ask me, I'm just a panda, lol, said Snooples with a big grin, and he raised his eyebrows. But I'm so happy to find a person who can understand my speaking. I ways wanted a human friend. Will you be my human friend? Well, yeah, okay, I said. But I have to go to school now, so I'll see you later, Snooples, okay? That's cool, said Snooples. I'll see you later. I ran away and was totally weirded out by my meeting with Snooples. Us too. I was almost in a trance at school, and even though people stared at me and made comments about my new appearance, I had never cared less. In gym class, I ran around dressed in my gym clothes. That's good. That's good for you. Do you want a medal or a cookie?
Wear your gym clothes in
gym class? Oh, goodness. I was playing dodgeball with the clear leaders. I kept throwing their ball. No, and the clear leaders kept throwing their balls at me relay hard like biatches, but I was dodging them with the speed of light. This sentence. Lauren came over to me and tried to hit me over the face with her balls. This is something about Lauren that I did not know before. Lauren, you've been keeping things from us. And tries to hit me over the face with her balls, and I slap her in the face.
Woohoo, you freaky goth Tudor bitch! Tudor, like the Henry Tudor. She shouted with her ugly face flopping like a big bag. Leave me alone, yeah? I said, looking more beautiful than ever. Not relevant to what you're saying, but
okay.
No, it'll never leave you alone because you're so worried. What has happened to your face? It's like you're from another planet. You're so pale and delicate. It's freaking everyone out, and we all hate you. I was so mad I pushed her, but when my hands touched her arms, her skin started to blister and froth, like in a totally gross way, and she got struck by a bolt of lightning. She wasn't dead or anything, but she looked totally disgusting, and she got taken to the hospital. I'm glad she survived a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and you know what? From the sound of this, I really don't think people noticed that she got hit by a random lightning bolt and survived. But.
And when Atlantiana touched her, that she began to boil and fester.
Ew.
I didn't look for my friends after gym class. I sat in the changing rooms with everyone is left and cried because I felt sorry for what I had done to Uncle Larry and to Lauren. I was sat there wearing a very short leather mini dress and ripped red tights and a skull necklace and a gothic top hat with feathers on it. Suddenly I heard voices from behind me.
Tia? Tia? It is I, Edward Cullen, said Edward. I turned to cook at him, and he gasped in a high-pitched way and fell over on the floor. I was mad at him and totally upset about all the other stuff, so I didn't check to see if he was okay. He got up in a minute. I fainted, Tia. That was so sexy and exquisite. I lost my contentiousness. Thy face is even more sacred and filled with shining glory than before. I am amazed. But then he noticed I was crying tears of soft blood and said, What is wrong with thee? Said Eudard.
I killed someone. Eudard. This is a completely different spelling. I've never seen this before. Eudard. squandered. I killed my uncle and drank his blood, and then I think I made Lauren get struck by lightning. It's okay, Tia. He was evil, and no one cares about Lauren. And it says to comfort me, he put his arms around me. Still, what I did was awful anyways. Get off me! I stood up and shocked him off me.
Not her and shocking people.
Don't come near me ever again. I haven't forgiven you for what happened last night. We did sex and you left me there in the forest. Continue.
Oh my goodness, hold on. I have to find it back now. I'm sorry, I cannot stay away from thee, and yet I cannot be with thee either, he cried, and threw his hands up and wept. Edward cries so much.
Threw his hands up and
threw my hands up and weep. Make up your mind, Edward. This is a serious thing. Either stay here with me now and screw me and be with me forever, or leave me and go be with Bella. Make your choice right now. I choose thee, Atlantiana. Bella is a big, mean cow, and I can't be with her anymore. I will never leave thy side again, my lovely damsel. He started to cry, and I kissed him. He was so amazing. His yellow eyes and tousled auburn hair and pale skin auburn hair and pale skin made me want to screw him all the time. I'd never seen anybody look so perfect. I took off my dress so I was only wearing my underwear and sat on his knee, and we kissed a lot. He touched me all over, and I felt dizzy and weak. Would you like to finish it out?
Do you mean it, Edward? You'll be mine forever? I does. He does. I shall be thy mate, he said beautifully in a smooth, hot velvet voice. I found some handcuffs on the bench and tied him to a hook. She found some handcuffs on a bench and tied him to a hook. I just feel like I need to repeat that.
In my high school,
we totally have handcuffs laying around.
On benches. In locker room. Okay. Anyway.
He was unable to move, and I took his pants down and looked at his throbbing, lavender, man fruit thing. We can't make this stuff up, guys. We can't. This is what it legitimately says. I'll repeat that for those of you who missed it. His throbbing, lavender, man fruit thing. I'm pretty sure if your man fruit is lavender, you need to go get it checked out.
That's probably not good.
It was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen, and I put it in my mouth and sucked it, and he thrusted madly until he had an orgasm in my mouth. The hot juice flowed over in my mouth, and it was magical. Flowered in my mouth, and it was magical. Suddenly, a voice came from behind me. What? I can't. What do you think you're doing, you evil rodent people? I hate you. I hate you both, and I'm going to kill myself. It was Bella Swan. Evil rodent people.
Evil rodent people. That's
an insult for the record.
That's a keeper. Anyway.
Alright, so the next chapter is the final chapter that Becky Max 666 has written. So it'll be our final chapter that we narrate until she puts up more, which hopefully she does.
Yeah,
so the next one, stick tuned for chapter 8. Thanks, guys.